definitely heating up here too. I still like doing these from my pajamas, though. I don't know about you.
Well, that it's at least it's a possibility for us to meet in a way.
Totally.
Meet. I don't know. I actually went to Buenos Aires last year to meet Juan.
Oh yeah, you at the event? Great.
I was there.
Awesome.
And I stopped by Buenos Aires to say hi to Juan.
I feel like I've met all of you. I totally just think it's exactly the same. I mean, I would like to see you as human beings in the future, but we're well acquainted at this point.
Real human beings. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, these days you can't believe your eyes on the internet, so you guys may be not real, but
true. Oh my God. Yeah,
I am entirely AI.
You know, it could be true. I mean, Louise, I've been talking to you for many, many years, though, so you'd be cutting edge AI from a decade ago.
Yeah. It's true. I am robot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that in the future we will be awarding robots.
Yep. Oh, I think this year. We're not far from it.
That's a little bit crazy, but you know,
yeah,
something to think about.
I was watching one today, actually. I don't know if it's from somewhere in Latin America, but Baccara. That's the same thing to you, Juan?
No, not really.
No, it's the band made it, but it's pretty much AI generated.
Oh. Hello, everyone. Hi, it's so good to see you again. And thanks for being here with me today and with everyone that is watching us. So Luis from UK MVA, Juan from Buenos Aires Music Video Festival, Gabriel from Bogotá Music Video Festival, and Neil from Principais from Canada. It's really a pleasure, guys. I know right now it's official music video time. So our year is starting. When we start talking, I feel that that's when I see things happening. When we start talking about our festivals, when we start exchanging ideas and collaborating as we've been doing for some time. So I think I'm Lia from Music Video Festival from Brazil. I'm gonna talk a little bit about music video. In the end, I would like to first ask you to introduce each one of you and talk a little bit about your festivals and awards. Amazing things for all of us to learn and to understand. I think it's the first time we are doing it publicly. We've been talking a lot. We've been doing a lot of meetings for 3 or 4 years now, I think 4 years, but it's the first time we're doing it with people being able to listen to us. So I would ask you to please introduce yourselves. I'm starting with Gabriel from Bogotá. And before you start, Gabriel, I'm sharing a video about Bogotá, and then you can, just to set the mood, and then we can start your talk. Let me just get your video here. There we go.
I'll never tire of seeing your face. I'll hold you close, but you're far away. 5 shots of something, come on, take a chance. In 45 odd seconds, this feeling lies. Can't afford to waste any more time. Seems the strings of fate are pulling too tight. Oh, I don't never do.
Amazing. So seventh edition, right? Gabriel, last year.
Yeah, hi to everyone. I'm Gabriel from Bogotá Music Video Festival. Thank you to MVF, to Spcine for the invitation. Obrigado. As that, what we just saw was a little trailer we played for last year in all of our screenings, just like showing a brief part of our selection from last year. This year is going to be our 8th edition. We are having our festival in October this year. We always used to do it in November or December, but this year we're trying with the new time of the year. We're going for mid-October, from October the 19th to the 26th. And as Leah was saying, like our year is getting started. We're getting into the rhythm of the festival. Our submissions just opened. We opened on May 1st, and they're going to be open until September the 3rd. So if anyone is watching and wants to send us your work, our submissions are open. You can just do it, please.
That's great. It's amazing, Gabriel. Congrats on your 8th edition. And yes, and it's good to know that submissions are already open. You're ahead in advance. You're in advance. That's great to know. So next one, Juan, I'm showing you the reel from Buenos Aires Music Video Festival from last year, and then you can also talk a little bit about the festival. Amazing. I think I saw Gabriel there. I think I saw Gabriel there. Was Gabriel there in Buenos Aires?
He wasn't.
Oh, I saw more than I should.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much, Leah and Spcine, for making this virtual event. So I'm Juan Montes. I'm the director and founder of Buenos Aires Music Video Festival, which is in Argentina. Is the premier music video festival or event, international event here in Argentina about music videos. And this is our 5th year, and we are actually glad to continue doing it. We last year, as we saw recently, we make a huge event that lasts for 7 days, and we had a lot of activities like talks, workshops, screenings, and also we made a music video for with children of a vulnerable neighborhood here in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, which is La Boca, and we also made a show, a live show, right? With it was also in the week of Pride Month here in Buenos Aires, so we make something with a lot of color, and also we made this award ceremony, award show with where we revealed all the winners of our competition. With it's an international competition that is with 40 categories, which is a lot of categories actually. And we got a lot of winners from Argentina, but also international winners too. And this year we are making this because we actually started this project not so long ago. Like we have 5th edition. This year is our 5th edition, and we want to offer like space for audiovisual creators. And in this sense, we believe in music videos as an art form, an art format, freedom of expression, but also as innovative tool. And in that way, we work on this project each year to work with new trends. And we are changing each year because we are in constant evolution. So we started like as a film festival, but then we try to make it more like a video art installation for some screenings rather than in a traditional theater. And we are changing, evolving, trying to adapt to new trends, which is also the spirit of music videos in general. And this year we are rebranding ourselves, and we are trying to make a non-stop audiovisual event. So we're trying to make it like BAMFest as a platform with original content, with also, of course, talks, online activities, live shows, and everything. But also like we are separating our event in general. For example, we are making this Buenos Aires Music Video Festival as a week of activities and screenings. And this is going to be held here in Argentina, here in Buenos Aires, in the month of August or late August. And then we are making an awards ceremony, which is going to be in early November. So we are opening submissions in mid-September. It will last for only a month. And I think that's everything about Buenos Aires Music Video Festival this year.
Amazing, Juan. Congrats on your ongoing platform. I know what it takes to do it. It's a lot of effort, but it's also something very important to keep this energy going and, you know, actually being able to showcase talents. There are a lot of people doing amazing stuff all the time. So when we put up this program like on a regular basis, we create more possibilities for people to showcase their work, I'm sure. So yeah, congrats, and I hope to be there in August.
I hope so
That's
too.
gonna be fun. So okay, so moving on to Louise, my dear Louise, from UK MVA. That's the eldest festival from this group, guys. She's been doing it before we started, and we have all learned a lot from her, all of us here. And I would like to show a sneak peek of how the award went last year. Whoops. Sorry.
UK MVA, thank you so much for this award. This means so much to me. I got a good feeling.
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting that.
I got a good feeling.
Yeah, thanks for having us. For real, big one.
Thank you so much, guys. It really means a lot to me.
This place is amazing. This is like a huge honor, and I really do appreciate it.
That's good. I never get this one, so that's great. Thank you.
That's fun. We love celebrations, right?
Yeah, I just realized how many glasses there were at the start of that video.
Well, it's worth it.
It's not all about the champagne. It's
No.
definitely about the video. So thank you, Leah. Thank you for having us. And it's great to connect with everybody and to hear already the plans for Bogota and Buenos Aires. I mean, you guys, you blow my mind with your enthusiasm and dynamism to make everything happen. We're an award show. We don't do the festival part here in the UK, although we have done bits and pieces in the past. But this, we've done this for 15 years, and it's a celebration of excellence in creativity and innovation in music videos and music visuals. But primarily it is about music videos and the directors and the crew behind them. So we are opening this year for entries on the 14th of June, and our award show will be on October the 26th. So if everybody's interested, you can travel from Bogota back to London and then back to Buenos Aires and do all of the music video awards in one go, having been in Buenos Aires in August, obviously. So yeah, we have 37 award categories, something like that. We celebrate directorial excellence across music genres for UK artists, international artists, and also newcomer directors. And then we have awards that celebrate craft, choreography, cinematography, production design, and post-production techniques and excellence, as well as individual directors and individual companies for their body of work over the year. So it's a huge amount of videos that we get to see from all over the world. It's a huge jury that judge it, about 400 people. And it culminates in the big award show that you've just seen there in London, which takes place in October. So if anybody is interested in submitting their work, you'll be able to do that via our website from the 14th of June until the start of August. So I'm sure we'll be publishing some more details about that very soon. But, you know, the way we've been able to collaborate, all of us in the last few years, has meant that we've got to see some work that we never would have seen normally from all of your territories and from all of your incredible talent. And we've made some fantastic discoveries, I think, all of us, through sharing these kind of collaborations and ways of sharing each other's best videos of the year. So thank you all for your contributions to that.
True, Louise. Yeah, it's just around the corner. So crazy days right there, right? To put it up and just to launch and open for submissions. Okay, next. Neil from Prison Prize, Canada. Let me show a reel he sent us. Okay. Also, I could be watching this for ages. It's so nice, isn't it?
I was very excited to see all the event visuals. I mean, your parties look so much fun, and yeah, one the festival in the summer sounds amazing. It is. I think you should be applauded for that much programming. That's amazing. I'm Neil. I guess I'll jump into an introduction. So I helped to run the Prism Prize in Canada, which was started by my colleague Louis Calabro 11 years ago. I was his roommate at the time, so I helped him with some of the design work and stuff, and basically sort of glommed onto this idea that he had, mostly like honestly inspired by Louise and UK MVAs and celebrating the best music video work. I think we're a little different or distinct because we focus really on the Canadian creators. So we have a top 10 list every year. What you just saw was our top 10 list for this year, which just came out on May 17th. And our show is Thursday, July 6th. And we're going to give out, as we normally do, 20 grand to the best videos of the year. We have a jury of over 130 journalists and broadcasters and music industry peers, music and film industry peers who vote on that award. We also have a host of special awards that we give out, including the Audience Award, which now has a $5,000 cash prize associated with it, and that's voted on by the public for the top 10. And then we give out 4 special awards for some of those crafts that Louise is talking about and people that have demonstrated excellence in production. And really our whole so we operate as part of the Academy of Canadian Cinema and Television. And so essentially that is the organization that runs the Canadian Screen Awards, which is focused on awarding the best in film production in Canada. And so we have sort of, we look at music video as a narrative art form in and of itself, and that is deserving of its own recognitions and its own community building. And so, you know, Prism Prize nestles really well into our talent development programs. There's a number of them. There's, you know, editor programs, there's director programs, there's things like that. But it has snowballed in a way that I don't think either Louis or I ever imagined. You know, so one thing that, so we run the party every year, and it's a great night out of celebrating music videos, but then throughout the year we also administer music video production grants through our music video production project, and then as well we've just launched the MK Heatmakers grant, which is focused on hip-hop videos. So actually just today I got to give out $75,000 in music video funding to hip-hop artists, and I'm really excited about those videos. Can't talk about them yet, but you know, so with music video production project, we have given out over 100 grants to the tune of $1.4 million since 2018 when we launched it. So, you know, we really spend a lot of our time trying to make sure that the music video community is supported and that there's work being created. And you know, we get easily 300-400 applications every time we open a round, so it shows you that there's an appetite for music video making. And you know, our grants are between 5,000 and 15,000. The MK Heatmakers grants are 20,000. So you know, like we really work to sort of keep the production level high and to try to support the community as we can. So all of those things mean that me and my colleagues are like working and thinking about music videos all day, every day, basically.
Amazing, right? As we've always said, I think like the Prism Prize, the MVA, the music video project is a dream for all of us, right? We've been talking about this for some time now, because how important it is to foster the community, to foster the production of music videos, especially these days. We are seeing like this shortage of the number of music videos being produced. And I'm sure that it's because of, you know, the lack of financing sources and financing. I mean, we don't have the big labels investing in new talents that much. On the other hand, new artists, they don't gather enough money to do a production that they would like to be done. So I think it's even getting even more important each year to develop programs that actually helps in the production of music videos, right? Straightforward in the production, and that means money. Yep. Can't avoid that. I mean, talent is something we have a lot all over creativity. I think all of us share the same opinion here, at least in Brazil. I can tell I've been seeing this shortage of the number of music videos productions, and I think that this is due to the lack of financing programs. I don't know about UK or Argentina or Bogota. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that, guys.
Well, from the UK point of view, I think what Neil and his colleagues do is absolutely incredible, and having the Academy, as you know, intrinsically behind that is amazing, because I think what we find here is that music video falls into this gap where the film industry doesn't really consider it proper filmmaking, and the music industry sees it as a marketing tool. So there's nobody really helping foster that talent other than the production companies themselves, who really do spend a lot of time and effort developing new talent and trying to get them work. And we know that music video directors go on to have fantastic careers in music video or in commercials or in features, whichever way they want to go. Daniel's won 7 Oscars. I mean,
Right.
you know, that's the story in itself. So I think it's fantastic that Canada, the Canadian Academy, do support filmmaking at that level to the extent they do. I applaud you, honestly. It's great.
Thanks for saying that.
Yeah, you're right. Because also, Lise, like directors that want to do music video and are doing music video when they can, when they have the time, because they have to do publicity, right? They have to work for publicity to earn a living. We can earn a living from music videos still, but I mean, okay, these are the ones that are already established, but there are a lot of others that are starting. And I don't think it's fair that they do it without just for doing for love. I think we are past this time. It's about time that we, right? We paid a certain amount for creative work. Yeah. So that's the biggest challenge, at least here. I'm sure in Buenos Aires, maybe it's the same thing, because it's a country, at least in filmmaking, has been doing great. In Brazil, not as much as in filmmaking as well, but a lot. Music video directors, I think they stem from publicity, from production houses more than, I think in Buenos Aires, maybe the same scenario.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's tons of music video directors that actually, they don't earn a living making just music videos. So they have to turn into the publicity or advertisement industry in general to just make it work, right? But also they see music videos as a form of expression and making more like into their reels. So, today there's like, I see that, for example, for our events, we don't get as much as music video submissions as years before, because there's this issue in general, right? But there's also like tons of music videos in general on YouTube, for example, like we've never seen before. So we actually, I believe that we as music video, not directors, but music video event directors, we're trying to curate this huge list of music videos released every year. So this is important for the industry, that we actually believe in music video as an art form, and we are trying to make it that way, like looking for music videos here in Argentina, in our country, on countries, but also in international. That's why we believe that making this global community, this global music video network between our events, we're trying actually to foster or to just to see how music videos are the best format in general. And this is how we are communicating into our festivals or events. Like, this is our best works from Argentina for you to just be into your event, and also like offer that space like in an international way.
Yeah, I think this is our main contribution. That's right, you're right. I think we have a very crucial role in keeping this industry and this industry developing at least creatively, because I can tell that every year that we do MVF awards, we find a new talent, at least one, but several others as well. And we track these careers and we see that they go on and they, next month they are working in this nice production house in São Paulo and doing a lot of nice stuff. And of course, advertising afterwards. But that's the way it has to go, right? I mean, we know that curation is an important part of music video creativity delivery nowadays. I think it's the same in Bogotá, right, Gabriel?
Yeah, I'm actually very curious in how this year the submissions are going to turn out, because I do feel like we're having the production is kind of slowing down. I think there are things happening globally and also locally that maybe we are not seeing the same amount, the same numbers we were seeing in the past few years, especially like post-COVID lockdowns, that we had like an explosion in production here in Colombia. So I'm very curious. I'm not able to say right now like what is happening this year. Like I want to see what gets into the submissions of our festival. But I do feel like that people are maybe falling off. Like the people who were sending videos every year in the past few years, this year are not sending or are not producing as far as we've seen. So I want to confirm that, because I do have a sense that it's not working out so well. Like things are slowing down a lot. Like our industry is small. Our music industry has like a very big few names that have global recognition, but in the local, it's not that big. There's not that much money going out. So maybe that is having a lot of influence in the careers that people are having. So I'm very curious. That's something that we want to have in mind, considering this year's curation process. So we can maybe have a diagnosis of what's going on with the people that have been making music videos in the past few years.
Yeah, I'm curious as well about from a Brazilian perspective as well this year. I mean, we are supposed to open calls for entries in August, as we always do, and deliver the prize in December. I'm the last of the line. But I'm curious as well, Gabriel, because as we were talking before we started this live streaming, also, I think there is another factor, which is the market, the music market, festivals and so on is really heated right now in Brazil. And I think it's all the same all over. I mean, musicians are back to the stages, festivals all over, people wanted to go out and enjoy themselves and all of this. And maybe music videos are not being done that much because, the artist is there on the stage and people were seeing them there as well. And I've noticed that during like pandemic times, the number of music videos maybe was raised, but that's just an assumption that I'm just thinking now, that maybe also this is another,
I don't think it's just the live thing that is stopping the amount of production. I think it's also the demand for lots of micro content for social media. So I think that certainly here in the UK, we see a lot of artists are being commissioned lots and lots of pieces of content, perhaps in place of the longer music videos or as well as the longer music videos, but it's having an impact. And I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I was a juror on the Prism Prize in Canada, and it didn't feel to me like they had fewer submissions. And I think, again, that's testament to the fact that the Academy supports production in Canada, and therefore the music videos are still being made in that territory. Whereas we're feeling an impact, knowing that the record companies are perhaps worried about their budgets, they're spending less money on music videos, the artists don't have as much money to spend themselves on music videos, and maybe that's why the other territories, are seeing perhaps some anxiety in the marketplace that we hadn't seen for a few years.
So I think that's the root of the problem. I mean, over the 10 years or 11 years of doing Prison Prize, we've seen the labels shift their priorities, and they're all chasing sort of this TikTok marketing strategy. And it's fine. I look at it as a pendulum swinging that at a certain point people are going to start to crave production value and these things we hold dear about music video creation. I would agree with you, though, that I don't feel the same sense of slowing down in Canada. It might be because we bang the drum for the virtue of music video making. It might be partially that, but like we have over 300 Canadian music videos every year when we're going through that are in consideration for our top 10, and that hasn't changed. I do notice that definitely content strategies are different, and there are, I think, label budgets are going almost exclusively to this bite-sized content stuff, and I firmly believe that we're gonna come back to a sort of more balanced version of that, but they're chasing it themselves.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe also, I feel that with the same budget, you need to deliver more and more pieces of audiovisual stuff. I mean, you still can do your artwork, audiovisual artwork in the form of a music video, which is really elaborated, but also you need to deliver this and that, TikTok and visualizers and all of this. And it's the same budget, but right.
It's interesting, like we run this grant for music video projects. It's song-based. It's, it really is sort of a narrative treatment for a song. And in that way, it is, I guess, traditional. But the amount of applications that try to stretch that and make it EPK friendly, or can I get 50 videos out of this one video? Can I, is it okay to put 6 songs in here? Like the visual album really changed people's perspective of what they can do or what they should be doing with their marketing budgets, essentially. And, I think that's the one difference is that like they are spending their money that way, and asking if they can sort of circumvent the rules of our grant to try to use it for their entire album rollout, and we allow that to a point with artistic justifications, but it's not the reason that we started this grant. We started the grant to continue the proliferation of music video content with as a short form narrative component itself. So but it's been interesting, and I think labels are just giving less money to the artists to work with, and their expectations around delivery and content is way off the charts. I mean, I think being an artist and trying to go for it right now is very difficult. The expectation of content creation is way out of hand, but on the other hand, to survive in this very fast-paced market, you do have to do those things as well. So it just feels like a ripple effect. I'm surprised that that now we're out of the pandemic, and I would have thought there would be a surge of work, but it is interesting to hear it's the other way around.
Yeah, amazing. And as Luis was saying, right, I mean, it's so important to stick to the music video format where the directors can actually elaborate a narrative or do a longer stuff than just some images, right? Because as Luis told about Daniels, like we remind of the music videos they did before they got to where they are getting. I mean, it's really an important exercise, right? For creativity, for development, for artistic breakthroughs. So yeah, I think we are all here trying to help the way we can, and one of the ways is actually collaborating among festivals, which is the next topic I would like to discuss, and how we've been doing this, right? So Luis mentioned also that every year we select and we create music videos for each other's festival, and I think this has been really fruitful. I've been noticing that, for instance, Brazilian music videos are competing more and more in each festival each year. So this is, for me, this is a sign that it's been working, and that's how I can effectively help the industry. I think the same goes for you, right? The same goes for Buenos Aires, for Bogota. We've been all the time exchanging information, references, and also practices, which is also very important, are very important. So yeah, so for now, for instance, that Louise is launching UK MVA, call for entries, and also Gabriel, we are here looking to receive works from Brazilian artists to be able to put up this list that we think have the potential to compete for this festival, because we know how they work, how they think. We've been talking a lot about it for some years now, right? Louise, you can tell a little bit about how you find out how a particular music video has more chances of, for instance, competing for UK MVA. A Brazilian.
Yeah, sure. Well, I guess we know that there are categories that we have that are very competitive. A lot of entries in certain territories, in certain categories, sorry. So we would advise you to look for videos in categories where they are going to be more competitive, where they have perhaps something that offers something slightly different. Last year, for example, from Buenos Aires, Juan sent us one incredible video and said, we want to put it in almost everything because it's incredible. And he was right. It was the right thing to do. It was very loved by our jury. It did very well. You know, and it was such a brave thing to do, but he kind of understood, this is the one we want to show everyone that's come from Argentina. That, you know, on the whole, there were other entries, but I'm just saying that video in particular from Sin Bandera was unbelievable. And the same with the ones that we get from Canada. You know, we've seen some directors come through that we hadn't seen before and whose work we're crazy about now. And, you know, and I think, again, it's that filmmaking prowess that we really value when it comes from Canadian directors, this vision, this cinema scope that they have from that territory that is just amazing. From Brazil, we've had some hugely creative production design and styling, stuff like that we've loved. Choreography did very well with us, didn't it, one year, heavy baile. So, you know, you guys know what's going to work with our competition, with our jurors, and so you're able to guide those entries, I think.
Yeah, that's it. And for us Latin Americans, although we are Latin Americans and sometimes it seems like it's all the same, it's not, of course, because there are very particular things that differentiate all of us, right? I've seen that the kind of music videos that go well for MVF, for instance, doesn't necessarily have the same potential for when it goes and applies for Buenos Aires Music Video Festival. So we've had like Brazilian works that won Buenos Aires Music Video Festival and didn't win MVF, and then won Bogota but didn't win Buenos Aires, and that's something very interesting as well, because it shows that there is no cultural boundaries. I mean, it all depends on each year, the jury, and the other competitors as well, of course. But that it's a way to say that it's an incentive for directors to keep doing stuff. I mean, it's a whole.
And I think it's also important to say, Leah, that it isn't just about the winning, because one of the advantages of what we're trying to do is to just share that work, inspire other people, maybe create collaborations that wouldn't have existed otherwise. So just by being a part of the competition and having your work seen by the jury can lead to all kinds of collaborations, even if you're not a nominee or a winner. And I think that's what we're trying to achieve, is just disseminate that work further.
Yeah, well put, because as Juan said, it's a creation thing, and we we give a lot of our times for that, and the jury as well. So it's really something that directors should recognize, and the whole industry. That's why we are here, because we are here for you, right? For directors, for creators, creative minds. And that's why we still keep doing our stuff, because we believe in the art of music videos, for sure.
Also, Leah, I think that we as event creators, we have our own editorial lines, right? Like editorial guidelines about what are we looking for. So that made us like unique in that sense for all music video filmmakers, and in general, that they know that they can send their works into I don't know, MVF or UK MVA or Buenos Aires Music Video Festival, and they have a lot of chances to just get some space, but in different approaches, right? So I do believe that also this is the perfect moment for us as for our events to just get submissions in general, because we have our own editorial lines. That's what I want to say. But also like thinking about what we were saying earlier about this marketing thing, and we have less music video quality in general. I think that's a problem, right? Because I think today in general we are not living more into a social media platforms, but more into a recommendation media platform. So this is what happens also when music videos are now driven with more into the marketing area and not into the art area. So today, I think music videos in general, they are looking for what is going to make them viral into the internet. Is it like the 3 first seconds of the music video for TikTok is the best way to make a music video? So I think there's where we get into the whole industry. Our music video festival, music video events show how we want the music video to be an art form now and like forever, right? So I think this is why it's important also to create this global music video network, because we are trying to look for the best music video works today, and how the industry, how this industry is important for the audiovisual community and in an international level.
True, and I think this is, when you say that, it's really important that we create opportunities for people to experiment music videos in a different way rather than the YouTube, the online platforms. And I think like the way you're going, like as a platform, ongoing events, presential events, it's very interesting, because I've seen like directors who never saw their work on a big screen, and they should, because it's a masterpiece. So why not show it in the proper way, right? In the properly way. When we do the awards, the music video, they are the main thing there, right? In the event, it's a big screen, everyone is looking at it, it's blah. So I know it's challenging, but also this year, that's where we want to go as well, to do the festival again, because we've done that until 2018, like a 2-day festival with talks and screenings and music and live events. It's so nice. I mean, it's an amazing atmosphere when you put together the musician, the director, the creators, the audience, everyone together experimenting that art of the music video. So it's something that inspires me as well. So that's in the pipeline to
And
get back.
I think what you're speaking to is the essence of the whole thing. It's about community building. It's about bridging gaps between the film industry and the music industry, and all those people that you listed, everyone that's involved in a festival, you know, bringing those people together, putting them in the same room, facilitating networking, allowing them to meet each other. You know, like we, over our 11 years of curating, I think that what Juan is saying is true, is that it's important. The curatorial aspect is important because now labels come to me saying, I need a filmmaker. Who do I go to? And vice versa. And, you know, through the grant, especially, we get a lot of matchmaking requests. And it's like, that tells me that people are out here saying, I don't know who to turn to. I don't know what's going on. You know, we act as sort of a place where they can check out what's going on. You know, we collect all the videos that are, you know, often my first recommendation is go watch 1 million videos on our website to see what you like and what you're interested in. And you know, I think that people don't realize how close they are to other creators, and how, you know, even the barrier of, I think often people think it's a big marketing expense. We're not going to be able to collaborate with this filmmaker we want, but the game is changing where, you know, you can collaborate, you know, not to say that I don't think production fees should be higher than they are, but I do think, like, you know, directors are much more willing to collaborate on art when it's posed that way, when it's posed like we are going to make something special together. You know, you'd be surprised how low people's rates can get if you approach them with a good sound artistic idea. And so, like, the facilitating those relationships is like the main reason to be doing any of this stuff, is just to sort of connect people and to encourage them to collaborate, because it just yields more art, you know, and every year it sort of renews itself.
I agree. And, you know, on top of that, I to sort of be a bit more positive about things, I do feel that there are a lot of new directors, young directors out there who don't care that the budgets are smaller. They weren't aware the budgets were ever bigger. They still have big ideas. They still have big vision. They still have incredible skills and new approaches, and they want to do the work. And, you know, so while there may be some frustration that there isn't the investment that we would like to see in it as an art form, there is no shortage of people with fantastic ideas and the talent to execute them. So, you know, I think that's a good thing that we can focus on and try to showcase as much as possible through our events.
Yeah, and I think if you want to be a media creator in 2023, you have to wear 1 million hats. And like, it is no secret that people that work in music video also do commercials, also do film work. You know, like, production people want to do whatever, you know, they'll do HR videos, whatever, you know, and it's not the best case scenario. But I think Louise is absolutely right that, like, I got into music videos after the $50,000 budget. That didn't exist in my 10 years of being, you know, in this community. So yeah, they don't know what they were missing. I think sometimes we lament the old industry, which makes sense, and it is valid, but it is true that, you know, we're in 2023 now, and you have to wear a bunch of hats. You have to, I mean, I often hear music videos referred to as passion project, and it's like, well, okay, so if that's the case, and that's where we're putting it, we need to really keep that passion alive so people keep doing it. Because I think, unfortunately, when it comes down to bottom line, you're going to take the grocery store commercial over the small music video unless you care, right? Unless you really want to advance your art form and your skills, you know. So I think we just need to keep banging that drum for that.
That's right. And I think we are here to create all these links and to be the place where people can find space for their work, for their creative, how can I say, with no boundaries, right? We don't have any limits here. So, I mean, although we have some limits when we talk about money, but some of us have a lot of love and effort into it, and Neil has a little bit more money. So, but I think we are going towards that place.
Yeah, I think we saw really early on that, like, these people were making these huge leaps. I mean, Daniels is a really good example, but, you know, whatever, yeah. Spike Jonze and Michel Gondry, these people are auteurs in every space they're in. And then we were seeing that happen in Canada, where, you know, somebody who cut their teeth doing 15 music videos would have a film at TIFF the next year. And one year, I think it was sort of right when we were starting, we realized, like, you know, 5 of our top 10 had films in the festival the next year. So you're like, well, okay, so what's going on here? Partially it's that, you know, emerging filmmakers are getting their hands on cameras, they're doing fast shoots over 2 days, they're learning how to make films by making music videos, and I think that that's integral, and that's why I think that's sort of why we convinced the Academy to absorb Prism Prize, because it is truly a sandbox for filmmaking, and I'm weary to say that too, like that it is only one stop on a path, because I think you can remain in music video, but it is certainly it opens doors for filmmakers that, you know, otherwise don't get the budgets or the access to the gear. You know, I think it's a really good space for experimentation and sandboxing.
And how joyful it is when we award this talent and next year we see them doing amazing stuff, right? It's like the best recognition we could get by doing what we do is actually seeing people like uprising and going further, and that's what makes us really wanting to keep on doing all this and collaborating, right? That's cool. Amazing, guys. So right now I'll just show a video about MVF last year. So again, we are expecting to open call for entries this August and the award ceremony in December. And we have a festival, which I hope to be able to have all of you guys here with me so that we can chat about all this in the Brazilian way, getting together, which we love. So here's a video for music video, and after I show it, I think it's time to go. It's late for Louise already. We're in the UK. But thank you very much again for being here. Thank you for support, for collaboration, and talk soon again, right? And for everyone that is watching us, please don't forget to be in touch with the music videos. All festivals are on Instagram. They have their own websites. I have actually a chart here in the end that I'll show with the contact information. But first of all, I'll show the MVF after movie from MVF Awards 2022. Thank you, guys. Have a nice night. And
thank you, Leah.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure to see you.
Thank you, Leah.
Bye.
É uma celebração muito bonita.
O MVF é esse reconhecimento mesmo.
Pra gente é algo além da expectativa, saca?
Pra mim tá sendo incrível. O auge da expressão, da criatividade.
É uma soma, não é só uma premiação.
Essa é a 10ª edição do MVF e vamos continuar esse florezão que só começou.
Você sabe da importância do clipe com a indústria da música e do vídeo.
E é nessa motivação que a gente vai continuar nossa caminhada e eu agradeço muito ao MVF.
Muita gente corre com a gente pra gente chegar aqui e fazer bonito.
Tô nervosa, desculpa.
Menina pra mina, esse prêmio aqui é nosso. Esse é o primeiro prêmio da minha vida.
A gente vai ainda muito longe, vamos quebrar essas portas. Mas...
Eu amo esse prêmio que celebra a música e o vídeo pelo Brasil e pelo mundo.